Hey, dog. Hey, dog. Hey, hey. Sit. 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 Okay. All right. Are you... Sit. Can you sit? Can I teach you to sit? Huh? Okay. All right. Okay. Here you go. I know you want your treat. Are you happy?
Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Dog caught me before I got started today. Actually, that was the owner of Dog, and he's taking him out for walks. So he does get regular walks every single day, and so he does get his exercise. I know there's a bunch of people that are concerned about Dog's health and well-being. But anyway, today is day 27 in the build schedule out at Villa Feliz. And today, as I said yesterday when I closed, is we're going to finish up the pour for the tie beams, which is very little that's got to be done. And I think that's going to be done first thing this morning. So I don't know what's going to be for the second half of the schedule for the day, but I think there's going to be a lot of cleaning up of the pit. There's the stuff that was poured yesterday, the tie beams that were poured yesterday. We need to move that clay material back into the footer section inside there. So we're going to be in preparation for the next phase, which is actually going to be working on the flooring of the basement. So that's what we have to look forward to today. Also, today I am going to try to address some of the user, viewer, subscriber comments during a Bahay Kubo time, so I'm going to try to take care of that as well. So anyway, I am early this morning, or actually I am on time for my own schedule, and I want to get out to the build site. So let me go ahead and head on out there now. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Morning. Hey, good morning, Ronnie. How are you today? Don't let my wife see you shaving, because she'll tell me to shave mine. She sent me a message this morning. She said your beard is too long, right? You need to cut your beard. I'm like, no.
It's better to shave.
Okay.
Have a nice day. Good morning. How are you today?
Hi.
Hi.
How's your evening?
My evening was very good.
Good.
Like, of course, I ate the talong, and it was, and she gave me two, and it was great.
Oh.
And Pandasol boy met me this morning.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he was down the street, and I heard him, but he was too fast. Then I saw him way down the street, and I ran outside. I'm like, Pandasol, Pandasol.
Told her.
Yeah. But he heard me. He heard me, and he turned the bicycle around and came back. So I took your recommendations, and I didn't eat 6 this morning, but I ate 5. So I'm going to wean myself back to a smaller amount, so I don't get a big belly. Good morning, Tess.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine.
What are you making tonight?
Maybe just chicken adobo.
Chicken adobo.
Because I go to church this afternoon.
Okay, well, you know what? I was just telling Michelle, I made some stew the other day, and I had the leftover in the refrigerator, and I should eat that so that I don't waste it.
Tomorrow.
So tomorrow I'll get what you don't know what you're making tomorrow. You never know. Yeah. Okay. You surprise me. Okay. I'm gonna get out to the work site. Have a nice day, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, morning. How are you today? Man, good morning. You guys are really working hard. Really, really hard. That's a really good job. Very good. Hey, you got to go all the way? All the way? Wow. Wow. Well, hopefully it stays nice and cool today with the clouds. And hopefully it's a good day for you. Have a great day. How are things today? Good?
Good.
Good?
Good morning. Yes,
Is this your shop?
sir.
Oh, I stop by here all the time. I'm always working inside too. Do you have bottled water?
Water.
Do you have cool bottled water?
Full bottle.
Yeah.
No more, sir, water.
No more water? No water? What else? What else do you have to drink inside there?
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice? Yeah. Can I get 3 pineapple juices? Yeah, 3. You have 3?
Two.
You have 2?
Yes.
What else do you have?
Soft drinks.
Oh, you have something like an orange or Sprite or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get
Sprite
those?
orange.
Huh?
Sprite or orange.
Oh, it's either one. I just want it for the workers out there. I want to give them some. Good morning. How are you? Oh, how are you today? Is this where you come to eat? Is this breakfast? Breakfast. Oh. Very nice. When I'm gonna have,
You like straw?
it's for the workers. Do they need straws? Maybe straws for them.
60.
They work so hard over there, you know.
140.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
I have to stop. Is your lomi good here? Very good. I have to stop by for lomi sometime. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day. Yes.
So going to the house.
No. I'm going to Tierra Maria. Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I just walked in. I'm just gonna talk to these guys out here. Have a good day. Thank you. Guys, have a drink. Oh, you're welcome. It's a hard work, very hard work. Hey, thanks again for the salad. The salad. I still have some left. I'm still good, and maybe later get some more. Yeah. And then you teach me how to grow lettuce like that. Okay. All right. Jimmy said you're the best.
Yeah. Jimmy.
Yeah. Bye.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Hey, I have a drink for you. Yeah, you're welcome. Good morning. How's everybody today? Good? Well, here I am in the development. I'm going to head on into the job site. And I just want to do a couple of quick things just before I actually get out there. And I want to apologize for yesterday's video. As you know, I had problems with the internet, and it was very difficult with me to try to get things uploaded. I don't know what's the problem, and it was still slow today. So I did some upload over the night. Normally it takes me, I don't know, about an hour to upload a video at the rate that I have at my apartment. But it's getting to the point where those 1 hour things are turning into 8 and 10 hours. So there's a problem with the upload speed. Like I said, I don't know if my internet provider's throttled me down or if it's an across the board. I've reset stuff and it hasn't helped. So I have no idea right now what it is, but I'm going to try to continue to address it. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody who had the wonderful and kind comments from yesterday and the day before, and lots of really good suggestions. And the comments that I get are really heartfelt to me. Especially certain things like one of my subscribers was telling me about how he and his son get up every morning and they watch the video from My PI Dream out here. And I love the father and son and the father and daughter type experiences. And I remember those days when my children were growing up too. And that's a very special thing, to spend time with your children and share a common interest. Anything that has to do with building or nature or anything like that. So I love stories like that, and keep those stories coming, because it really means a lot to me each and every day. So anyway, let me get out to the site and try to see where we are on today's schedule. I'm actually standing at the edge of no man's land where I live. So if you look back this way, you can see this house right here. This is my friend. It's Edgar's house, and Edgar's house is the very last house in this part of the phase here, which is part of the phase that has the clubhouse and leads all the way to the where the guard shack is up in the very front. Now right here, this whole section from Edgar's house, this is a whole block right here. This is a whole block, and then after this block is another block, which leads to where I actually am building. And I don't know how many actual lots there are inside here, but there's a lot. And again, I call this no man's land because this is where they, even though they have the electrical, you see the electrical lines are all run. None of these electrical lines are energized because nobody's ever lived out here, so that they don't put additional strain on the electrical system that they have built for the infrastructure here in the development. But they will have to do it at some point. And I brought up a topic about Bottleneck, which is Bottleneck is our electric utility company here, and I believe I explained the relationship between the developer, if a developer develops the property with their own electrical system or their installation, and Bottleneck, who is the utility company. So anyway, for us to have full use and full support and everything like that of Bottleneck, basically we have to have about 10 people, 10 customers over here to make it worth the while, and the cost factor for Bottleneck to actually support this area all through this area right here. So again, this is me and my little meter right here, and my meter goes up and it goes 300 meters back to my house, and that's what's going to continue to be like that even after we have our what I call semi-permanent service inside here, until we get like 9 other people to start building over here, and then the electric company comes out and they energize all of these right here. Or maybe the developer. It is actually the responsibility of the developer to provide support to all this. So there's actually a meeting going on this week, as a matter of fact, and they're bringing up the topic of getting this whole section energized and getting security lights and everything for this area as well. So anyway, one last thing before I head out to the site. One of the subscribers to my PR Dream was asking me if I had the time, would I mind actually in this new section right here, because everything on the other section is pretty much either sold or it's going to be for sale by owner, like I've shown a couple of lots over there. So I'm actually going to go per the request of one of the subscribers, and I'm going to walk around all these lots in here, and they want to know from my first-hand perspective, which lots do I think is actually the most attractive. If I were to buy one, which one would I buy now after the lot that I actually purchased out here. So I will do that if I get a chance this afternoon, and I think it's not going to be an issue. We're going to do the pour this morning. It's going to be noisy out there. I want to be there for every pour. Anything that has to do with concrete, I want to be on site. And I just want to make sure, because concrete is the foundation literally of your home, and I just want to make sure all that is done properly. I want to make sure everything is done properly, but at the very beginning stages I want to make sure that all the concrete is done and secure, and I don't see any issues inside there. So that is the focus of my attention for this morning. Then we'll get on to other things for the day. So this is a normal occurrence that I see around here. You see this coconut? It came, I'm sure it came from this tree right here, and it fell down so hard and it split out here. We have an abundance of coconut out here, and you can still see, the coconut flesh on the inside and all that. This is actually fresh. I could actually eat that right now, but I already had breakfast. Remember, Panasol boy supported my habit this morning, so I'm good to go. Behind Bahay Kubo over here on the back of our lot, and one of my subscribers, MEV, hi MEV, and you were asking about the lot directly behind me, the one that I said I would really like to have. Well, anyway, I am just about to my lot, and this is actually the way I approach up in Bahay Kubo is right up on the corner, and this is actually the lot behind my lot, my actual lot. So this is the west, the east is over on that side is south, and back behind me is north. So the north side of this lot right here is the opposite of mine. So the north side would probably be the front of the house, or you could actually, if you were to build a house, you could build a house with for the west side over here could be the front of the house. Well, anyway, Emmy B, which is one of my subscribers, she's been asking me about certain lots in here. If I were to pick a lot, which lot would be my favorite lot, things like that. And I had mentioned earlier that this lot right here at the corner of Mary Our Advocate and Mother of Perpetual Help Street here, that this one right here would be one of my picks. But it wouldn't be my pick to actually build a house on it, but I love this lot for the potential that it has for gardening. You see, this one actually has quite a grade coming down here, and it's very low right here. And this is sort of like the very lowest point between this side over here and this side. Now, normally people would be concerned about flooding, and I've asked about flooding. And you remember Henry, and Henry is my friend, who's the German guy that lives inside the main section over there. And Henry was telling me, because he walks his dog out here, Prince, every morning. He's out here like about 7 o'clock every single morning. And I asked him I said, have you ever seen flooding back here? And he said no. He said the developer did an extremely good job with the installation of the infrastructure for the sewer systems inside here, and it runs off to there's actually a creek that runs behind all these lots over here, and then and there's another creek that goes around the center and goes out, and I showed that in a previous video where I said years and years ago, before they actually developed this subdivision right here, that there was like a river there, and the local community in Annalau used to come down here and swim in the little creek, mini river kind of a thing. So anyway, I'm going to show Emmy this property real quick while I'm actually here, because she was asking that, and this way I don't have to do this later on. So again, this is the north facing street, and my lot is directly on the other side of this one right here. And you see, I love the vegetation of this lot. This lot is absolutely beautiful. And the nice thing about it, you see the height up there? If they actually graded this a little bit, this actually would be a very, very nice lot. Again, but like I said, if you're concerned that this is the dip, then this might not be something that you might be interested in. But I love the fact that it's got all the coconut trees here, and I have to look to see where the property line is. I don't know how far it goes back here, but I think it pretty much mirrors. Oh, these ants. These are the ants. These are the ants from the papaya tree over there I was cleaning earlier. There's a bunch of these big red ants over here right now. So anyway, again, this is the property. Look at the lush vegetation and I'm sure these are all fruit trees and things like that. And you see the banana plants and the coconut, and these are the mahogany trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me see if I can see where the actual property line is. Usually they have it marked with a big piece of red paint, and I don't see it over here. Maybe it's probably underneath this right here. Well, I can't find the boundary marker out here, but compared to my lot, I'm thinking it's probably somewhere right around here. So all this might actually be on the adjacent lot over here. And if this is the corner lot here, so again, I can't see the property. I'm just going to give you an example. So if you look on the map on the website, you can see what this one is. So again, you can see how high it builds up. So that would actually be kind of nice for a driveway going up into your yard instead of down into your yard. So that's actually pretty nice. It would take a little bit of excavation, but that stuff is easy. They get you can actually clear this whole lot in a matter of 6 hours or something like that, and it'll be ready to go to the next step for building, which they took about 9 hours for mine, but that was because we built a 2-meter deep garage. So here's the other view from the other side. Now this right here, you see these mahogany trees over here? You see something would have to be done with this if you wanted to put a fence line across here. This property goes all the way back to my property line, which is right here, this marker, which is the back of my property. So very nice big backyard right here. Well, anyway, MEB, There's a lot you were asking about, and I'll try to find some more later. It's time for me to get parked over here in Bahay Kubo land. Oh, you can see the water. You can see we actually had some rain, which is a good thing. I love the rain. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. How's everybody today? So as you can see, the crew is actually removing some of the forms from the pour that we did yesterday, and at the same time doing the backfill. And they're going to be filling all along the footers and the beams and compacting that down. And then I suspect a little bit later on we'll do the final right here and down over here and at the very end to complete the beam pour. I'm kind of anxious for them to pull off some of the forms around the areas that I was specifically working yesterday, and I want to see the quality of the walls of the beams for all the area that I know that it was only me working in that area, so we'll see. Just can't escape them. What the crew is actually doing right now, they're actually setting the level line for what's going to be eventually our first floor. And you can see what they're doing. If you see over here, if I can do this without interrupting them too much, you see this right here, the little piece of line inside there, that's actually going to be the top of the first floor. There's going to be 10 centimeters underneath that of pour, and that's going to be actually the top of the actual floor right there. So that floor is going to be 10 centimeters up from there, so that's going to be the thickness, and then 5 centimeters on top of that is actually going to be for tile. So all in all, we're going to have 15 centimeters of base for the first floor. So you can see if we go back here, so we're going to be 1.1 meter up from you see where the ground level is here. I'm gonna jump down in the pit for a moment. I want to look at the before they cover it up, because they are so fast. You wouldn't believe how much work that they've already got accomplished this morning. It's about 10 o'clock, and all the backfill. They got almost all the backfill done inside there. But I think the spot that I actually worked on yesterday, they haven't done it. So I want to look at the concrete. This was the area that I was actually pounding in yesterday, doing the trying to get the air bubbles out. So this actually came out very, very nice and clean. Very good, very good. Well, anyway, I just got out of the pit and I went in to actually inspect the pour for the beams from yesterday. And I will say I am one very happy man, because the pours actually went extremely well. And the ones that I was involved with, I would say they were perfect. So I must have the hang of the pour technique. I mean, it was completely flat. There were no voids in anything, as you can see from the video. So anyway, I'm very happy, like I said, and I thought we were actually going to do pour before lunch. I think they're going to finish the pour after actually cleaning out the pit right now, pulling all the formwork off the ones that were done yesterday, and they're backfilling in all the footers and underneath the beams from the ones that were completed. So no hurry, and we'll do things as they come along. So I think it's not very far from lunchtime, and then maybe I can do some Bahay Kubo Time at lunchtime. Okay, the crew are actually taking their break, and it's after 12 o'clock, so they're doing their lunch, and they'll be taking a short siesta before they actually get back into the work mode again for the rest of the afternoon. And as promised, we're going to do a little Bahay Kubo time here, BKT, as I like to call it. So I've had lots of requests, many requests for BK time. So we're going to actually talk, I'm going to try to do one topic at a time. There are many comments and requests and recommendations, things from viewers, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to space them out so that I don't make the full day segment quite so long. So one topic that seems to come up over and over again is how much does it cost to build a house, and should I build the house myself or should I hire a contractor to do that? This isn't unique to the Philippines. In the U.S. it's the same way. You can build a house yourself or you can hire a contractor to come in. So even though they're very similar between the way you would do it in your home country and the Philippines, there might be a discrepancy in the way the pricing is or the way they do materials, purchase materials, and things like that. So that's what I'd like to cover today. So basically there's two terms you should know if you're building in the Philippines. And one is aduan and one is pakya. Aduan is if you're going to actually build the house by yourself. And we'll talk about that first. The aduan technique is you actually go out and you purchase all the materials yourself. Then you hire your own laborers, your own crew, and then you apply for all your permits yourself. And you can actually get quite a savings by doing all this, but you have to be confident in all of these things. You have to be confident that you know how pricing goes with building materials, the best places to buy building materials. You need to know the best quality materials that you're going to use for your house. So you have to have some broad background. And there's nothing that says you can't do all of this all by yourself. And as long as you are prepared, you've done the research, you've gone out and you've done shopping, and you've done checks with basically other people who actually built, you can actually save a lot of money on that. Also, hiring your own laborers. Now, when it comes to purchasing all your materials yourself, you have to be careful. If you're actually buying local, you have to be careful as a foreigner coming in, and because if you don't know what prices to expect to pay for those items, there can be an inflated price put on top of what they would normally sell to the locals in the area. So you have to be careful with that. So something I would also like to say is if you're purchasing your building materials yourself, it could be a disadvantage over having a contractor purchase the building materials for you, because a contractor normally buys in volume, or they have some kind of agreement with a building supply company, even the big box stores, and they'll give them a discount, and you might not be able to get the same discount that your builder might be able to get at those building supply companies. So let's talk about the second method that you can actually choose when it comes to building a house, and the term is called pakya. And pakya is when you actually hire a contractor to come in, and basically he's your proxy for everything. He will purchase all your materials for you. He will hire, pay, and feed the workers that are going to be working on your build, and he might actually assist you with the permits. I was very lucky. The contractor that I have, he actually did everything for me. I never once had to set foot in City Hall. I only had to visit the barangay, and when we were getting the barangay clearance, you could probably save around 20% when you're building your house yourself. When you're the one who buys all the building materials, you hire your crew, and you do all the walking around for your permits and everything like that, and you're basically a one-man band. You can say 20%. Well, it's 20% of what you're probably asking. So that would be 20% off of what a contractor would normally charge you for doing the same plan build for your house. So anyway, let's talk about that. Let's talk about approximately what does it cost to build a house. The price it's going to cost you to build your house is all dependent on you. What is the size of the house that I want to build, and what is the quality of materials that I want to build my house. Now, when a contractor comes to you and they're going to give you a quote on your house, the quote is going to be based on those two items. And they're going to probably give you 3 different types of prices. If you ask them for them, they will give you a low bid, a medium bid, and a high bid. And the low bid's going to basically be a lower quality build using lower quality materials. A medium is going to be a medium build, what they call a standard build, and it's going to have standard materials. And then you're going to have a high quality build, and that's going to also be a higher price. So for an estimate basis, you can probably calculate anywhere between 20 and 35,000 pesos per square meter for a estimate on how much is it going to cost to build your house if you have a contractor come in. Then once you have those estimates, you can actually deduct around 20% if you want to try to build the house yourself. Now you can actually get houses built for less than 20,000 pesos per square meter, but what I'm giving you is a general area to look at on what the contractors are actually charging in this area right here. Now if you don't want to build a house and you want one that's already built, you can actually go to some developments that already have model houses. They're already built inside in the development, and they will give you a purchase price, and that will be for the lot and for the house. Or even if the house isn't built, they'll tell you what the price will be for the land and for the house later on. And you can actually, even in subdivisions, you can buy houses anywhere between 1.5 million. Probably the average is around 2.5 million on the low side, on up again as much as above 10 million pesos. And the questions come to hiring contractors and hiring architects. So these are what I consider my best practices. I said what I tell people is to find several contractors when it comes to building a house. What you're going to get from a contractor is going to be a BOM, a bill of materials, BOM. What the BOM is going to consist of? It's going to consist of everything they are estimating they're going to charge you to build your house. It's going to be building materials, it's going to be labor, and it's going to be all associated costs that is associated with building, like a bunkhouse and the safety gear for the men and any type of tools and ancillary items that they'll need to build your home. So when you get the BOM, you can take that and you can get a general idea of what it's going to cost to build your house. Again, my recommendation is to get 5 builders and get estimates from all 5. What you're going to find, you're going to have some of them on the high side, some are on the low side, but what you're going to do is you are going to compare each one of those BOMs, and you're going to compare to see if all the quantities and the types of materials are similar and the pricing are similar. A lot of times you can weed out 2 or 3 of your contractors right off the bat to see that they're overcharging you or they're using inferior products. So, and that's the same exact thing that I did. I weeded it all down to 2 contractors. When it comes to sourcing a contractor, my recommendation is never pay any money up front. What you're going to look for is a preliminary analysis of what it's going to cost to build your house based on the plans that you submit to them. You might find a contractor that will say, well, I won't do anything for you until you pay me some money. I advise that you steer away from those folks. If the contractor is reputable and he uses best business practices, he's going to do all of this for you in hopes that he's going to gain your business. Now, when it comes to hiring an architect, you're going to use the same rules or similar rules as you would with hiring a contractor. What you're going to do is you're going to give your architect an idea of what you're looking for. Maybe you already have a plan in mind and you can present the plan to your architect. Or maybe you can tell your architect, this is what I'm looking for, this is the style that I'm looking for, the type of materials, the type of windows, the size of the house, how many bedrooms, and things like that. So my recommendation, again, with hiring an architect is to do the same thing. Give him everything that you are desiring in your house build, and if that architect asks you for money up front before he does anything, I advise you to steer away from them. There are actually a lot of architects out there that will do a preliminary drawing for you and submit that to you on their time in hopes that they will gain your business. So I've talked about building a house yourself, having a contractor come in and build the house for you, and I talked about best methods for selecting a contractor and an architect. The only other thing that I'm going to say, everybody wants to know the bottom line. What's it really going to cost me to build in the Philippines? So that's very hard, and that's all dependent upon your needs, wants, and desires. The prices for building up here aren't that dissimilar from the prices of houses that you would be building inside my home country of the United States. The low number that you have over here is probably lower than most home construction bills. But when you start getting to medium and higher quality, that's about the same prices that you would pay for a house in the U.S. The big difference is when you build a house in the Philippines, you're building a fortress made out of concrete, steel rebar, and there are a lot of amenities and very high quality items that will be involved in building your house over here. For the same amount of money, and I'm talking about square feet, square meters, however you want to calculate it, you're building with wood most cases in the U.S. So what you're getting a big bang for your buck when you're actually building inside the Philippines. Well, anyway, I hope you found today's Bahay Kubo Time informative. And if you have any other questions that I can answer, please put it down in the comment section. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can.
Just did. MEB was asking about some of the properties over here. Now, right over here, this is directly across from this is the front of my house, right across the street. This corner lot right here and this lot here, I think the same owner bought both of those lots. That's actually pretty. It's elevated really nice, and it's on the corner of this area, so that's actually a nice piece of property somebody purchased over there. So I actually went over to the one to the right of it, and I was curious because this whole area all around here and my corner lot right here, this is the highest elevation in this whole area. Because you see how you can't even see over the horizon down. It just drops way down, and then this way you see it drops way down. So this actually is very elevated here. So I thought maybe this lot might be a good lot, and it depends on you. If you don't require a lot of backyard and you want no maintenance for a backyard and you want a kind of a really neat view, this has a lot of potential. This lot right here, this lot right here, right across from, this is actually on the west side of my lot, west side this way. And what this is, a house could be built really nice right here, and the view, the back, this actually goes to a riverbed right on the other side, and I'll go back there and I'll take a picture of what's behind, and the riverbed is like, I'm gonna tell you, it's probably 30 meters, at least 30 meters straight down to a riverbed back there. Again, as far as I know, it never filled, and it's 30 meters down, so I can't imagine it ever getting enough water inside to get up to the back of this lot. So I'll go take a picture back there of the riverbed. But I imagine, and this is full. You see all the bamboo back there? Like the bamboo is here on this lot that's taken. But this one, I think it starts right here, this lot right over here. So anyway, I'll walk back there real quick and be right back. So you see what it looks like in the back. There's not a lot of depth in this yard. I don't know how far back this goes. I don't know how wide this lot is. You can look on the map to see, and I'll see if I see a marker out here. But if you didn't want a lot of backyard space, but you wanted a killer view, I think this lot right over here would be one of the best lots back here. So, oh, and look what I found when I was walking back there. We're gonna call this number 9, is it? So anyway, we'll do a little walkabout, as they say in Australia. Maybe we'll find a dingo. MEB, this is the street right behind mine. You remember the corner lot down there in the end that actually is like my backyard, backs up to that one? Well, this one is a couple of lots down on the same street. And you see the marker right here? This red marker? Okay, there's a red marker here. And I'm gonna show you how far this one goes. Now, before I go, you see, we'll look at it on the map, but right on the other side of all, it drops down very far onto the other side. But I have to look at the shape of this lot, and we'll see if it follows that same contour. This is like the highest elevation. You see, I'm on the top of the hill over here, so the elevation is very good for this one. And I'll walk the front, and I'll kind of count it off of meters. So here's the other marker right here, as you see, and it goes right here, and then it starts dropping down. So this is the crest of the street back here, and you see look at the trees up. Look at that. Look at this huge this huge tree right here. That would be wonderful for behind the house. And there's some other trees. Obviously, if you had a house here, some of this would have to be cleared. Some of the coconut trees and things like that, but that would be easy to clear. So for this street, this would be my pick, and I'll give you the lot number and the block and the lot number for this one. All right, MEB, this is for you. This is how dedicated I am to my subscribers here. So anyway, I looked around all the blocks around this neighborhood right here, like I said, where all the vacancies are right now. I looked at block 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. That's all this area right here. Everything all back behind me, to the sides of me, and to the north of this area. So this is my evaluation if I were to purchase a piece of property other than the one that I purchased right here. These are the ones that I would consider, and I'll give you the reasons. So I'm going to pop up the map up on the screen and just follow me with the map. So first of all, let's look at block 17. Now, that's going to be directly to the west of me that I was talking about earlier. That's going to be lots 33 and 34. Now, if it were me, there's no way I would buy 33 or 34 on their own. If you look at the map, it shows that they are actually very long and deep, both of them. Well, they really aren't. The property might be on the plot themselves, that might be what you own, but what is usable is not that portion, because what it does, it backs up to the perimeter fence. And then right after the fence, it's that steep drop. Remember I said it goes down like about 30 meters straight down to a rock bed, riverbed formation? And it's beautiful. It is absolutely astonishing, the view back there. So this would be my recommendation. This would be my first choice out here. And that's, again, it's right across the street from me right here. If you could get some kind of package deal for lots 33 and 34 and explain to the developer that you can't use the back portion back there where the fence line is, you might be able to get a package custom deal. I'm not saying that you will. I'm just saying that would be my recommendation for an offer. See if they'll give you a special promo on that. My second choice would be on block 15, which is my block, lot 4. Lot 4 was the one that I was saying it's the highest elevation other than this lot right over here on that street, the opposite street behind me. And lot 4 has lots of vegetation. That's the one that has that really big tree back there. And the only thing I would be concerned at, and I didn't walk back there because there's so much jungle space back there. I want to make sure I don't get bit by a snake or anything like that. So I didn't walk all the way back. So I don't know how the drop-off goes, at what part of that property it drops down. But most of the land right there is the highest elevation on the street, on that side of the street, and the vegetation is a big plus for me. So that would be my second choice. So maybe I hope that helps you, and if you have any questions, let me know. So a slight change in plans. I thought they were going to pour today, but you can see we didn't finish the pour on those 3 sections right there. So what my contractor decided to do is we're doing all the compact of the soil around the entire perimeter, and it's basically a cleanup mode today, so it's easier to work once we get to these points. And you will see over here on the other side, all the forms are actually being put in place, and it won't be very much longer before we have the columns. And once they get the columns poured, then they'll be doing the beams for the first floor. So things are moving along quite well. Well, anyway, today has been a long video, and I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. We got a lot accomplished today. As you remember this morning when we came in here, there were piles and piles of dirt everywhere inside there. All that's been taken care of. We're in cleanup mode, and we're going to progress to the next stage. So anyway, tomorrow is build date 28. Can you believe 28 days into the build? And we've got a lot accomplished, and we've got a lot more to do. So I'm going to close out here, and I'm meeting up with a couple of the residents out here. Several of the residents are doing a potluck, and although I can't contribute to that, they invited me out anyway. So I'm glad I didn't place an order with the test this morning. It's amazing how things work out. So I'm going to close for today, and if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up, please share, and if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow, day 28 on My PI Dream.